everybody's always thought, how strong are tiny homes? How safe are they? Everybody asks me when I build them. Not everybody, because there's 42,000 people that we sell homes to, but a lot of them say, hey, how strong are they? Will they go through a tornado? Will they go through a hurricane? Can they be tossed across the Pacific with no motor on them in a life vest? And okay, see what I'm saying? So we have an email that came in today, and this is Amber. Amber works for us, and she said, you guys got to see this email that came in. I'm going to let Amber read the email, and we're going to show you some pictures of a situation that speaks for our quality of our home.
All right, so we received an email from a homeowner. He first just started off saying that I probably didn't remember him, but I do. He had 2 Freedom-style houses built by us, and they were delivered to Bellevue, Iowa, along the Mississippi River. Last Friday, they were directly hit by an EF1 tornado, which caused devastation to the RV park that they are located at, and sadly took both of the incredible tiny homes. One flipped onto its side, detached from the roof, and then the other was picked up and tossed into the river. He was on property that night of the tornado, and as soon as the tornado passed, he found the one home floating by with our guest occupants still inside. Luckily, they were able to escape through a hole broken in the loft, and while one was able to swim to shore, the other couldn't swim as her arm was injured. We didn't have time to wait for a rescue boat, so I ended up finding a 50-foot garden hose and tied one end to myself and gave the other end to a bystander and swam out to get her. I was just able to reach her and pull her back to safety. Both ladies, as well as their 13-year-old dog, were treated and suffered only minor injuries despite being swept into the tornado and dropped into the river. This is a true testament to the strength and durability of your tiny homes. As we are now in the cleanup phase, I look forward, I'm reaching out to you and humbly asking if there's any way we can rebuild what was lost in order for us to share our beautiful river with guests again.
Done. He wants 2 more. Isn't that cool? We got pictures.
Chills.
We got pictures.
Do you want them on the computer or what I printed?
Like what you printed, probably. Okay. So this is what he purchased. This is our Freedom Line home. They're 9x18, and that's where they're at in Iowa. Mm-hmm. That was a picture.
That was where they're.
Okay. That was the inside. This is the devastation.
Wow.
So these are trailers that are beside it. Look at this thing, how it's intact. It just fell over.
Wow.
The roof's still on it on this side.
I see the triangle right there.
Yeah. It just fell over. Now, if we had it tied down, it may not have even fallen over. I don't know, but it stayed complete. It didn't collapse. It didn't crush. Look at all this over here, all this debris.
Wow.
Is that not cool?
And what size were they?
9x18.
9x18.
Here's the inside. So everything's, let's see, how's that? God, it's crazy. Yeah. So here's the inside. It was turned over. The walls, look at the walls, the windows, the doors. Everything is still straight up and down, man. Mm-hmm. So it's still...
The cabinet's still there? The countertop?
Stout. And it turned over.
Wow.
Okay. Then we got, look at that.
Oh my God.
That's an incredible tiny home floating in a river. Is that the Mississippi? Mm-hmm. That's a Mississippi. It's going down. I always wanted a pontoon boat.
Wow.
With 2 ladies and a dog inside.
So think about it. So there's 2 ladies and a dog in here. Men that didn't drown. It was like floating. And
he had to be scared.
He tied a 50-foot garden hose to himself, swam out there, and rescued them.
Wow.
So this being intact, it didn't collapse on them. The roof didn't, look, the roof, everything's on it. It was picked up from the shoreline and then dumped in the river.
Wow. And didn't sink.
They survived because they didn't drown in that thing. Mm-hmm. That's amazing, man. Now, if you look at this one, that's the incredible tiny home. You can see the roof still on it, and it's on its side. And look all the way around at all the devastation.
Wow.
Is that not cool?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's it again
And then
right
that's
there.
it
That's
before.
what it was.
Yep. He has two of them. He has two 9x18s. These are our Freedom style.
Wow.
So over the years, people have always asked us, and we wondered too, how strong are our homes in windstorms and tornadoes and all this stuff. Tornado will destroy a brick building. What was cool about that, and of course, tornadoes, you've always seen it'll kill something here, but it won't even touch something here.
Right.
But this being able to pick one of the houses up and drop it in the river, the other one to flip it, I don't know if it rolled or just flipped on its side, for it not to implode. Think about a tornado picking up a full-blown house and sending it somewhere and it not breaking down.
Right.
This thing kept those people alive.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it fell in the river, it floated and they didn't drown.
Unbelievable. So it's kind of like a cooler because of the insulation.
I think so. It's our construction, it's our insulation we use, our spray foam. I mean, it has it on the floors and the
Because
walls.
the spray foam reinforces like the build,
The strength.
the strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that not cool?
That's
So,
amazing.
We wanted to bring it to you all. I thought it was a really cool. Amber brought this to our attention this morning.
And that just came through today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seen it very early.
So it
this
happened
morning.
over the weekend.
Last
the storm?
Friday. Mhm.
Last Friday.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm
That's
sure
amazing.
he needed a couple of days to
Well, I'm sure.
take it in, and then he let us know.
And
Yeah.
those people survived.
That's unbelievable.
Picked up the house.
Gives me cold chills.
That's just crazy.
Well, and two, what gets me too, we've all seen the movie Twister. They still don't have a system to where to let people know to get out or to get somewhere soon enough to, so they were in there. So sometimes you're not in somewhere safe. You can't get to the church. You can't get to the
Right.
gymnasium or whatever, or the basement or whatever. So,
Well, okay, so it made me think about something. Okay, you can't get out, right?
mhm.
Or they didn't know, it just hit them all of a sudden.
Yeah.
If that would have been an RV, it is blown up. This was actually stayed as a capsule,
Intact.
intact,
Enough to save them.
kept them safe. I'm sure they were tossed around in there,
Sure.
but it didn't implode in them or explode, and it
And-
stayed completely intact, and then it floated down the
And
river.
it didn't sink. Because
Gosh.
I can't swim. I would have drowned.
Oh my gosh.
I
So-
couldn't imagine what they were thinking.
Oh,
Maybe.
that'd be terrifying. And a dog.
And a dog.
Yeah, think about it. If they would have been in an RV or a mobile home, it would just blew up in shreds. And this thing the roof didn't come off, the doors didn't blow out, the floor didn't come out, the walls didn't implode. They kept them in a box, like a safe box.
That's an
you know?
amazing story.
Yeah. So.
And the trailer was still on.
Yes, the trailer was still intact.
The
And
trailer
was still
was
on.
still on.
And it flew through the air and landed in the Mississippi River. Come on, now how come this ain't on CNN?
I know.
You know what?
Well, he didn't call. He didn't send it to CNN. He sent it to us. Maybe we can send it to
Yeah.
CNN.
Hey, somebody share this video, all right?
Share this.
Isn't
Yeah.
this awesome?
Yeah.
Gosh, so we're just a little bitty company here in Newport, Tennessee, building some bad homes.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this. Share this video, subscribe, and you'll get more stories like this in the future. Thanks.